Yeah, it was, Devin, but the good news is the roads, we're not seeing too much in terms of any backups out there as we're starting to get a little bit more sunshine here. Or I guess you could say light outside, right? Plenty of clouds still throughout the area, and that's going to really continue here throughout most of the day. Temperature 42, feels like 36, winds out of the east right around 12 miles per hour. Overall, not too bad of a day that we're seeing, at least to start. We just saw some showers, and it's going to be very seasonal here. After that, temperatures right now starting to recover, especially further to the south, right around maybe those mid 40s, Metro 42, further to the north, low 40s. Those were into the 30s for some just about an hour. Looking at the radar, yeah, any of that shower activity, look how quickly it's fizzled out here over about the last hour or so. We still did see some good rainfall for some, though, especially this little pocket kind of right near Muscatine. Maybe some pockets of maybe near just up to maybe about an inch. This is radar indicated, keep that in mind, but some of these numbers, that kind of medium green you could say, is half an inch to an inch. So some good rainfall out there, but for the rest of us, yeah, only maybe about a quarter of an inch here at best. And we're going to dry out as we get through the rest of the day. This low is going to continue to track further to the south. All that activity is going to continue to track further to the south. And speaking of a south track, Thursday, Friday system, right? That trend is continuing here where it's really going to miss the region here as we get into Thursday and Friday. So maybe some clouds, but most of us aren't going to be seeing too much there in terms of rainfall. As we get through the rest of your morning, just some quick passing little drizzles here or there at best out of some of these clouds. And that really continues right around maybe 1, 2 p.m. here today. Then after that, we're going to see those skies just be nice and cloudy. Again, a whole lot of clouds for most of us, maybe some sun further to the south. That's why we might be seeing higher daytime highs there. Here in the metro, temperatures climbing towards right around 50 degrees here as we get into the afternoon. There's that daytime high of 50. Again, further to the south where you might get a peak of sunshine or two. You could get a little bit warmer into the mid 50s. Further north, we're looking at mid 40s here today. We got a whole lot in terms of those kind of 50-degree temperatures coming our way. Tomorrow, Thursday, switching our flow from the southwest, we'll increase them to right around 60 degrees. But as we get towards Friday, 52 degrees once again. Again, not too bad of a week, but none of that, say, nice warmth like we saw, say, on Friday last week. As we continue through the rest of the week, clouds on your Wednesday. As we get overnight Wednesday into Thursday, here's one chance for rainfall, but look at the trend. Further to our south, you're going to see the same thing here as we get into our Friday evening. It's going to try and push itself here towards the region, but sticks down there. Not a whole lot going on there, really, as we get into your Saturday morning. But as we get towards Saturday, we could be seeing some sunshine again. So that's some good news. In terms of rainfall, here's a future track there, and you'll notice, right, that southerly track. And this is a global model, which means it's usually a little bit more in terms of coverage and what actually happens. With our in-house model, it started to reach through right about Thursday, late on your Thursday, and most of the activity stays near Quincy and due south. So most likely, I'm not too confident in any of those shower chances on Thursday or Friday. And that's what I have in the forecast, just those mostly cloudy skies here. High of 60 degrees on Thursday. That is going to be the week's best there. So not too bad at all as we get into Saturday and Sunday. Pretty seasonal conditions here as we get into the weekend with that 14-day tracker. Let's take you out towards your Thanksgiving. Well, a little bit snowy potentially. You could be looking at some wintry mix on late Thursday next week. So that's something we'll be watching, some rainfall chances mixed in. And then looks like those winter-like temperatures are finally going to settle in.